Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Cali Culture Podcast. I am pleased to share that we have reached a milestone with this podcast. That's right, this is episode 12, and it is a milestone achievement to be able to reach 12 episodes in the Cali Culture Podcast. I am dedicating this entire episode to discussing our past accomplishments with the podcast, as well as future activities, events, and plans for not only the podcast, but for also the platform and the Cali culture community as a whole. So sit back and listen to all of the activities that we have, whether you're a local, tourist, or expat. There is something for you to participate this year in the platform and the Travel to Cali, Cali culture community as a whole. So, thank you very much for supporting Cali Culture. Sit back and listen and enjoy. Welcome to the Cali Culture Podcast, everyone. My fellow Caleños, Americanos, Canadians, wherever you are, whatever your nationality is, welcome to the Cali Culture Podcast. I am your host, Jeremy Preston. This is episode 12 of the Cali Culture Podcast. We've reached a milestone, ladies and gentlemen. At 12, I always consider 12 episodes in a milestone, and we want to recognize that milestone today. In fact, I am dedicating this whole episode to discuss past accomplishments with the podcast, and not only the podcast, past accomplishments with the platform and the community as a whole. I always say Cali Culture is not just a social media platform, it is a community. And so we want to recognize all past accomplishments. Also, we want to talk about what's next, what's coming. I have so much planned for the Cali Culture community, the Travel to Cali community. There is so much planned, so much to participate in, so many resources that are going to be available to you within the next several months. So definitely, whatever you're doing, if you're in the gym, if you're having a late lunch, if you're having an early dinner, brunch, listen closely because you're going to want to participate in everything that the Cali culture community has to offer. So please listen closely and let's talk. Also, I want you to remember, let's have an interactive conversation, interactive episode in this episode. So if you have comments, if you have questions, if you have things that you want to discuss, put them in the comments and we'll talk about them. I'll bring them up on our screen here and we'll definitely talk about them. This is a live airing on YouTube. Welcome everybody to join and let's just get right into it. So first thing, let's talk about past accomplishments. We have accomplished a lot over the past year. Now just think about it. In just 12 months, we have accomplished a lot. But I remember doing the first video in Cali, Colombia in my apartment and never thought that we would get this far to doing 12 episodes into the podcast. But just to give you a brief synopsis and recap of what we covered and what has been accomplished over the last couple of months or the last 12 months to be exact, we launched a travel guide, a Cali travel guide. In addition to that, we launched a website, a Travel to Cali website that allows you to purchase this travel guide, as well as it gives you a lot of free resources that if you're coming to Cali for the first time or even for the second time, you have a lot of things to do. You have a lot of connections, a lot of restaurants that you can go to, bars. There's coffee plantation tours, there's walking tours. So many things are available to you on this website. It was launched last year in 2025 and has helped so many people to have a smooth transition to their first trip to Cali, Colombia. So that was a milestone to be able to launch a major website, to have the website active and people are actively using the website, to be able to make available a travel guide where you can purchase a travel guide and download it on your phone or on your laptop, and you can always have that travel guide to be able to refer to when you're going to Cali or if you're in Cali. So if you have a pet and you need a kennel to be able to take your pet to for a day or two, there's information in that travel guide for you. If you like salsa dancing, but you're not a good dancer, you want to learn how to dance, there is information in that travel guide for you. And I would highly recommend, while we're talking about travel guide, if you have any friends or family that are planning to come to Cali, the travel guide is your roadmap. It's like a blueprint to have a good time, to have a safe and good time while in Cali. So we did that as well. It is absolutely amazing that you have that resource available to you. Also, for first time travelers, last year I implemented a consultation plan where you can purchase a consultation, one on one consultation with me in regards to Cali. This is a lot of people do this before their trip, 3, 4 weeks before even touching down in Cali. They'll do a one-on-one consultation with me and get the information they need to be able to know how to move around Cali, do things, participate in things, what barrio to go to, what barrio to stay away from. All of that good information is needed to make sure that, again, you have a great time while you're in Cali, you have a safe time, and that you leave the same way you came. That's the most important thing. Safety and quality of your trip is the most important thing. But I mean, paramount number one is always your safety. So we were able to release all of that information and resources to you. And by the way, it's still available to anyone that is a first time traveler. If you're listening to this podcast today and you're thinking about going to Colombia, specifically Cali, there's a lot of nuances and things you need to know. So I highly recommend spend a little bit of money. It's not very much, whether you want to do a 30-minute consultation or an hour consultation. Go ahead and spend the money, get the information, get the resources, then book your trip to Cali. You're going to have a good time. Um, there's also, we're talking about past accomplishments. We also did a self defense class in Cali, Parque del Perro. We did that last year, self defense class. Actually, we did that at the beginning of this year. I'm sorry, beginning of this year in January. Um, Great self defense class. The people that showed up learned a lot. For those of you that don't know me, I'm not just a podcaster. I'm not just a social media guy. I'm also a former mixed martial arts cage fighter. I did over 12 fights here in the U.S. Um, I've been in X number of Brazilian Jiu Jitsu tournaments. I've been in X number of wrestling tournaments. I was definitely a competitor in all aspects of martial arts, cage fighting, point fighting, all of it, wrestling, all of it. And so to be able to have that information, that knowledge, and be able to give it to Cali is definitely gratifying for me. I brought the within 1 hour, I was able to take a lot of concepts that I learned from different various martial arts, because I'm also a martial artist. I always say, ladies and gentlemen, a fighter is different than a martial artist. A fighter fights because they like it, either for money or for the prize or for just the victory and the glory. A martial artist only fights when they have to, for self-defense purposes. So I'm also a martial artist as well. Trained over 15 different martial arts. And with that information, I was able to develop a curriculum for self defense. And it was my honor to be able to teach a self defense class in Cali. So that was a major accomplishment. Also, this is within the past month, um, I conducted a Cali and Eskrima seminar. Now, for those of you that are first time joiners and followers and viewers, Kali is a specialized martial art from the Philippines, and is based on it's a honestly it's a weapons based martial art. There are three aspects of this martial art: is there's open hand, There's stick fighting or baston fighting, and then there's edge weapons such as the bolo, which is the Filipino version of a sword. There's edge weapons like the machete. There's small knife fighting and defense encounters. There's a lot of aspects of this particular martial art that make it ideal for the streets, ideal for self defense, ideal for you being the tourist in Cali or wherever, Philippines, Japan, Dominican Republic, Costa Rica, wherever you are, it makes it very ideal and practical for self defense purposes. Well, I taught a seminar several weeks ago, in fact. Same location, Parque del Perro in Cali, Colombia. And it was a great seminar. A lot of people were able, well, some people were able to attend, and the people that attend learned a lot. They're really fast learners, and they could see the practicality in using Kali um, for self-defense purposes. And so, just to give you a flavor for this seminar, we're going to bring this seminar like a clip on screen, and we're going to look at the video in a minute. But this is very practical, and because I've got so much good positive feedback from not only Caleños but from American expats, um, and even from European expats, I will be doing more martial arts classes, specifically Cali and Eskrima. I'll be doing more training in the future in Cali, Colombia. We're going to be talking about more about that in a little bit later, but I did want to highlight the fact that we had two Cali and Eskrima classes in Cali, Colombia. That was a huge milestone, a major accomplishment that we were able to accomplish this year. And again, I received a lot of good feedback from various people that live in Cali, whether it be locals or expats. Great feedback. So we're just gonna show you a little clip from. It is basically a promotion clip that I did when I was in Parque de Pelo, and it shows you the essence of what Cali, Filipino martial art, is all about. It shows you basically a little bit of stick fighting, a little bit of the footwork, a little bit of the mentality and the character of this specific Filipino martial art. We're going to show that here, and we're going to talk about more shortly.
Everyone, I'm Jeremy Preston. I'm a former MMA cage fighter from the United States, and I'm a martial artist. I've trained over 15 martial arts, and I am here in Cali, Colombia, at the Parque de Perlo to teach a seminar that's based on Cali and Eskrima.
Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, that was just a snippet of Cali, Filipino martial art. It just shows you some of the footwork. It's very elaborate footwork that we use in Cali, in Eskrima. It's all based on angles. It's not based on the circular motion of a boxer. It's more based on cutting 45-degree angles to be able to evade your opponent and to be able to counter. There's not a lot of defense in this particular martial art. It's more attack and counter, attack and the counter, which makes it specifically good for self-defense situations. You're defending yourself, but at the same time, you're really countering and attacking at the end of the day. So we'll be doing more martial arts training in Cali, Colombia. And let me just also recognize the fact that a month ago, actually less than a month ago, we did a Greco-Roman wrestling seminar, a catch wrestling seminar as well. Wrestling is one of my fortes. I used wrestling a lot in my MMA fights when I was a fighter. And I wanted to share it with Cali Colombian. So we did have a Greco-Roman wrestling class. Same location, Parque de Pero. And a lot of students learned a lot about the fundamentals of Greco-Roman wrestling and catch wrestling. Uh, you need to understand if you get attacked by somebody that has a wrestling background, what to do, how to make sure you don't get thrown, or make sure that um, that you don't get suplex on the concrete. That's very, very important, in the plight and the ability to be able to defend yourself. And so we're going to be doing a lot more of that. That we'll be talking about more in a little while here. But I did want to talk about these past accomplishments because in 12 months or less, we've been able to accomplish a lot. I did want to express my appreciation to you all. For those of you that have been with me for day one, it's much appreciated. This platform cannot grow without you. And thank you from the bottom of my heart. Let's continue to keep building this community. It's not just a platform, it's a community. And by the way, it's not just a community of expats and immigrants. This is a community of locals, expats, immigrants, and people that just love Cali. That's what it's all about. There's a lot of social media groups or meetup groups out there that are just expat or immigrant groups. And I never understood that concept, me personally, because I believe that if you're in a different country other than your own, other than your home country, the smartest and the most intelligent thing that you could do is to interact with locals because you're in a different culture. And so to be able to interact with locals, to be able to um, learn and assimilate in a different culture, the only way you really learn is you communicate as you socialize and um, you talk and communicate with locals, and that's what we're doing in this platform. So to the locals in Cali that support this page, really appreciate it. Support this community, this podcast, really appreciate it. We embrace Cali. We love everything about Cali. Let's continue to keep building. I did want to mention there, for those of you who don't know, there is a meetup group, meetup.com. If you go to meetup.com, there is a specific meetup group that is based, is sort of a spinoff of Cali Culture. The meetup group is called Cali Locals, Tourists, and Expats. So again, that's if you go to the meetup.com, you can easily search for this group because the name of it is Cali Locals, Tourists, and Expats Meetup Group. There's about today, as of today, there's about 101 members of this group. A lot of the members are Cali locals. And so if you're an expat or if you're a first time or second time tourist, feel free, join the group. We're going to have a lot of activities in store for you, a lot of things that you would do, a lot of things that you can participate in, a lot of free resources that you can take advantage of. So definitely, and we have the meetup group on screen there, as you can see. The location, the address for the meetup group is on the screen there. Definitely go join, because all of my martial arts classes, all the meetup activities, all the things that we do are going to be on this meetup group. It's going to be highlighted and headline on the meetup group. So make sure you stay connected. If you're an expat in Cali and you find that there's not a lot to do in Cali, I promise you, there's a lot to do. You just need to connect with the right people. So definitely go on this meetup, join it, become a member, and last but not least, obviously participate. Make sure you participate in all the activities. A lot of the activities are free. And those that aren't free are just a small little fee just to cover, the equipment cost. And so I would highly recommend everyone All viewers, join the meetup group and participate. Trust me, it's going to be worth your time. Now, we've covered the meetup group, we covered past accomplishments. Now's the fun part, ladies and gentlemen. We get to talk about what's in store for you here in the near future. There's a lot that we're doing. There's a lot that personally I'm planning that I want to do. I want to be in Cali, Colombia a lot more this year. For those of you that know me, you know that I spend half my time in United States and half my time in Cali. And I'm trying to change things where I can spend more time in Cali because the more time I spend in Cali, the more things that we can do as a community. And even when I'm not there, there's a lot of people that I know that I work with in Cali that will keep things going for the community. In other words, they like to do things, they like to participate and to be involved. And they're going to keep a lot of these activities going to a point where people can continue to be a group, be a community, and do things as a group in the community. Do activities, do salsa classes and things of that nature. So let's just talk about just a few of the activities that are coming up within the next few months that you want to definitely make a mental note of and follow so you can keep up to date with everything. Okay, so one thing is I am starting a hiking group in Cali, Colombia. You're going to see this on the meetupgroup.com. You're going to see this on all my social media pages, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. We are starting a hiking group because the whole point is to be able to get outside. Cali is beautiful year round, 80 degrees. Even at night, it's like 70 degrees. There's no reason why we as a community shouldn't be outside and enjoying Cali. Even as of today, May the 2nd, there's something big going on in Cali today, and that is the Marathon de Cali, the Cali Marathon. And people are outside, even though I believe it's raining a little bit in Cali today. People are outside exercising. They're running the marathon. They're getting outside. They're as a group. There's thousands of participants, by the way. This is a major event in Cali, Colombia. But I want to continue the spirit of exercising and being outside and enjoying the wonderful nature, the wonderful landscape of Cali, Colombia. So we're going to be doing the hiking group. The hiking group basically, ideally, will be 10 to 12 people that will get together, say on a Saturday or Sunday, and we'll pick a hiking trail. You know, obviously, one of the most notorious hiking trails in Cali is Tres Cruces. Tres Cruces is a very, I would say, for the person not used to hiking, can be a very difficult, challenging hike. And I would say if you haven't hiked it before, I would definitely recommend that you do it as a group. The first time I did it alone. I just decided to hike it. Boom, I hiked it. But I would highly recommend it. It's fun and it's safe doing it as a group. Now, why do I say it's safe doing it as a group? Well, if you haven't hiked it before, then you don't know that you need to bring a lot of water and you need to take breaks when you need to take breaks. The level of physical health that some people have is different than the other person. When you do it as a group, then if you're feeling tired or faint or even worse, dehydrated, you always have somebody there to look after you to make sure that you're okay. If you do it alone like I did, then you're kind of taking the risk of if you became dehydrated or if you slipped and hurt your foot or hurt your knee, you're up there. You could be up there alone, or you could be up there and no one comes after you for help for a while. So it's good to do it as a group. So let's start a hiking group. We'll start with Tres Cruces, and then we'll get feedback from the group as to we get feedback on a weekly basis as to what hike we want to do next. There are hundreds of hiking trails in Cali, Colombia, and it's very simple. whether we do it bi-weekly or we do it once a month or whether we do it twice a month or whatever. It's very easy to find a hiking trail that everybody's interested in, and then we go and we do the hike and go have coffee or tea or whatever afterwards. So that's one of the things going to be on the agenda. Make a mental note of that. You're going to see more information about that in the next month or several weeks. Also, we're going to be doing a salsa class. Now, obviously, I'm not a good salsero, so I won't be teaching the class, but we will have somebody that can teach a class. And we're going to do a class in the park. Again, I like to get outside, I like to enjoy the landscape and the mother nature of Cali, Colombia. And rather than do it at a studio, we're going to do it in the park, and we'll have somebody that could teach the class, preferably a professional dancer that could teach us. Um, and we'll do it at a park, or we'll do it at the Musea de la Tertulia. We'll find somewhere outside to have a nice salsa class as a group, and we'll do that as well. So keep that on your radar. I've talked to various people that are interested in teaching the class, and so you're gonna be having a lot more information about that real soon. Okay, third plan and goal and objective that I have is to do a summer bar crawl. Now, I know this is more of a American thing. A lot of Americans believe in doing bar crawls. And for those of you that don't know what a bar crawl is, essentially you pick 4 or 5 bars and you go to each one of them, whether it be on a Friday or Saturday night, you would go to each one of these. So let's just say if we're in Barrio Granada, then maybe we pick Bowtie Beer Company, we pick Route 66, we pick Bourbon Street, and not Buffalo Wild Wings, Mr. Wings, um, for 4 bars that we go to, and maybe we try their beer or try some of their food. This is very popular in America, and I would like to try it in Cali. And so I'm looking for your interest level in it. And if you're interested in it, then and if you're going to be in Cali in the dates that we can plan for this, obviously we will do it. But it's something that's very popular, I'd say mainly in America and in Europe. And I believe it's something we could do if there's enough interest involved. There's at least 2 people that have mentioned this to me. And if I get more than about 5 people that are interested in it, we'll do it. There's plenty of bars and restaurants to serve alcohol. And then for those that don't drink, it doesn't have to be alcohol. It could be coffee. We could do a coffee cafe crawl. So we can do various things with that concept, but I think it would be fun to do in the summertime, say June, July, August timeframe. So if you're interested, definitely DM me. Put a comment today. While this is airing, put a comment out there, and we'll garner interest, and then we'll make it happen. And by the way, if anyone has a good idea of a way to socialize, a way to get together, to interact, to have more activities as a community, as a platform and community, by all means, hey, my ears are open. I'm open to opportunities, to different things that we can do. This is not a one-man show. Again, this is a community. So if you have good ideas, if you have ideas, period, please pitch your idea as a comment or DM me, get a hold of me, and we'll consider it and we'll make it happen. Most likely, we'll make it happen. Okay, so I want to touch on martial arts again. We talked about it earlier that I'm planning to do more classes and seminars in Cali. And these are specialized martial arts and fighting systems and wrestling styles is what I want to do. Not the typical, right? There's a lot of martial arts schools in Cali, Colombia. Mainly, there's a lot of mixed martial arts schools that are more on the competitive level. So, in other words, they're training people how to be Muay Thai fighters, kickboxers, MMA fighters, MMA cage fighters, like I did. Um, and in some cases, they're training people for Brazilian Jiu Jitsu tournaments. I think that's a good thing. And by the way, tournaments are not really big in Cali, and that's something that I want to hopefully help out in. There's thousands of tournaments around the United States with great competitors. As you know, United States has some really good wrestlers, and I don't see as many jiu-jitsu tournaments in Cali. And I think we can change that. Hopefully, I can be able to change um, the dynamic of bringing in competitors to Cali for specifically for jiu-jitsu tournaments. Jiu-jitsu tournaments are fun. In some cases, they can be a lot safer than cage fights. So it's definitely something I want to bring to the table in Cali. Now, that was a little bit of a detour, but back on the martial arts training. So I want to bring specialized martial arts to Cali, Colombia, not just the typical, right? So the typical martial arts at many MMA schools are what? Boxing, Muay Thai, K1 kickboxing, in some cases wrestling, and of course Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Those I would say are five typical martial arts that are at a standard MMA school. There's other martial arts out there, good people. There's other specialized martial arts out there. For example, before I started doing these classes, a lot of people in Cali have never heard of Cali and Eskrima and Arnis. It's also called Arnis, by the way. Many people have never even heard of it. So this is something new that I'm bringing to Cali, Colombia. Also, a lot of people have never trained in Cali. A lot of people in Cali, by the way, have not trained Kizi fighting method. Kizi fight method started in Europe, Spain in particular. Is very, very good for self-defense. It's very, very good for if multiple people attack you. I'll be doing a seminar the next time I'm in Cali. Make a mental note of that because I think it's very, very important for people to know. If you're in the elevator and there's three people around you in the elevator and they all attack you, what do you do? Okay, you can't use boxing. It's boxing. Well, I'm not saying you can't use boxing, but I'm saying it might not be as practical to use boxing. In that case, if you have three people surrounding you, what do you do? You're going to want to stay tuned for my Kizi Fighting Method seminar that's coming up, perhaps even at the end of this month. But stay tuned for more information on that. But again, another fighting style that you can learn, that you can add to your martial arts tool bag. Also, a lot of people don't know about catch can wrestling. Catch can wrestling is one of the original MMAs of Europe. When I say MMAs, I mean one of the original mixed martial arts combined style of Europe. And so most people have never even heard of it. It's called catch as can wrestling, or for short, people say catch wrestling. A lot of people don't even know about that style of wrestling that's been around for hundreds of years. So we're going to be teaching, specifically, I will be teaching all of these different various styles. Also, I want to have a Krav Magog, um, Israeli martial art seminar in Cali, Colombia. Krav Maga is a really, really good martial art. It's good for self-defense. It's good for defending against a knife attack, um, various weapon attack, and it's practical. It's a fighting style that the Israeli military uses, Israeli law enforcement uses. It's been distributed and taught around the world, and I think is practical. Those are specialized martial arts and fighting styles that aren't really widely taught in Cali, Colombia. And we're going to be bringing those. I am going to be bringing those styles to Cali, Colombia for teaching, to teach you the basics, to be able to add to your martial arts tool bag. Remember, there is no one superior martial art. There's what I always recommend is you have a mixed tool bag of martial arts in your arsenal, so to speak. So then you're prepared for more situations. If a wrestler, a D1 college wrestler, were to attack you, then you know what to do. If somebody is really, really good with edge weapons in the baston or stick were to attack you, you know what to do. If somebody attacks you with the machete, again, you know what to do. The only thing that I cannot teach you is to teach you a defense against a firearm because regardless of what everybody says, there is no defense against a firearm. The best thing you could do is pray and try to walk away from the situation. Even Krav Maga, they have defenses for a firearm, and I'm just going to be honest because I'm a real and honest person. I don't believe they work. Um, I never train anybody about how to try to defend or how to try to disengage or dismantle somebody's firearm. Because I think it'll just get somebody hurt. Anyway, I digress. Back on martial arts, stay tuned for a lot more information in regards to these martial arts classes. And by the way, I should mention that I'll be working with a lot of the gyms in Cali, Colombia as well. One gym that I want to shout out specifically, Zona Fit or Zone, yeah, they're called Zona Fit in Centenario. And by the way, they offer really good protein shakes. We are working on a boxing slash aerobics class in their gym. So the next time I'm in Cali, I hope to be able to conduct this boxing and aerobics class at their gym. Shout out to Andres. And and I really look forward to that. I do want to train classes mainly outside because I think that's the most practical situation is be able to train outside, but also inside in the gym as well. So we got a lot coming to Cali in regards to the martial arts world. Cali, I feel like Cali has just broken the ice in regards to martial arts and cage fighting and jiu-jitsu and judo and wrestling. They just really broke the ice, and it's not as big in Cali as it could be. Stay tuned for more because there's going to be a lot more that I plan to bring to Cali. Let's see. I think I'm going to stop talking so much and I'm going to look at our comments. Let's see. John Davis says, thanks for the information. Absolutely, John. Hey, thanks for your support. I hope that you continue to support the platform, that you continue to support the community. And if you have any questions in regards to any activities that we have, I will definitely respond as quickly as I can, whether it be on Instagram or whether it be on YouTube or TikTok, whatever platform. I try to take the questions and comments very seriously and I expeditiously try to respond to the questions. So, again, John, thanks for your support and continue to look forward to working with you and hopefully one day meeting you in Cali. And that goes for everyone too. Everyone that supports this platform, ultimately, I want to see you in Cali. I would love to see you uh, in Cali. We'll hang out. We'll have a coffee. We can have a beer. We can have whatever to be able to understand you and you understand the platform a little bit more because anybody that supports the platform is a part of the community. And I want to keep building on the community. So thanks for that comment, John. Okay, so back to a few things that we got going on. This is another big thing that I'm going to talk about next, and that is a lot of you may or may not know that I am a author, that I'm an author of a financial empowerment book. Back in 2008, I wrote a book called EI equals money. EI stands for E.I. stands for economic intelligence. It's a philosophy, a financial empowerment philosophy that I developed when I was in college. You got to keep in mind, people, I was a broke college student. I came from Mississippi, which is the poorest state in the United States. There's a lot of poverty in Mississippi, and I saw a lot of poverty, and I wanted More than anything, as a growing up as a young man, I wanted to put myself in a situation where I can make money and not have to live a stressful life. For me, the most stressful life that a man or a woman could live is the life of trying to get to pay your bills and not have enough money to pay your bills. So for me, I developed this philosophy of economic intelligence. And it started off as a concept in college. Now, over time, it developed into a full blown financial empowerment philosophy called the economic intelligent philosophy. So when I say EI, that means economic intelligence. If I were to say I'm EI, I mean I am economically intelligent or financially intelligent. So the book is called EI equals money 10 steps to become economically intelligent and live a financially successful life. That is the book on screen, as you can see, by yours truly, Jeremy Preston. Um, as you see on the cover there, I have a little Einstein figure because basically I'm telling you that this is a smart, very intelligent way to be able to manage your money. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter how much money you make. It's all about how much or how wise you are with managing your money. And so this book was, believe it or not, this book was released back in 2008 during the U.S. financial crisis. It was a financial and it was a real estate crisis in the U.S. A lot of people were hurting. A lot of people were financially struggling. I released this book and it helped many thousands and thousands of people. I had an opportunity, not to digress too further, but I had an opportunity with a major book publishing company to publish this book. They wanted me to put a lot of what I consider a lot of fluff in the book and to talk about my own life, and I wanted to keep it specific on the philosophy. So I kicked them to the curve, like I would do in martial arts, and decided to self-publish my book. And so I'm so thankful and grateful that I did because this helped thousands of people, not just in America, worldwide. And by the way, if you want more information about this book, I would highly recommend you go to my other website, and that's called. It's really easy to remember. THEEI It's theeisolution.com. THEEI Solution.com to learn more about this. But the reason I bring this up on this platform is because this book has helped so many Americans, I've decided to republish this book in Spanish in Colombia. So now this book is going to be available in Colombia. I've decided it. Now is the making the decision to do that was the biggest thing. Now I have all of the groundwork, and that is I want to talk to some publishers in um, in Colombia. Um, I want to talk in this, theeisolution.com. I want to talk to some publishers in Cali, Colombia, because I don't want to use an American publisher. I want to use a Colombian publishing company to publish this book. And so, starting that whole process of discussing that um, with publishers in Colombia. My goal, I thought I was going to be able to republish it this year, but there's a lot of things that have to take place before that can happen. And so my goal is to publish it sometime in 2027, next year. So essentially, a year from now is the goal. Um, so keep that on your calendar. Once this book is republished, then there'll be a major effort for me to go to colleges and universities in Colombia, go to um, bookstores, go to book clubs and book club events, and really push this book so it can help Colombians, because a lot of Colombians and their economy, in the Colombian economy is struggling just like the U.S. And I would say the Colombian economy is struggling even more than the U.S. economy. And so Colombians can glean a lot of information from this book as well. and I want to make it available to the people of Colombia. And so stay tuned for more on the republishing of the book EI equals money, 10 steps to become economically intelligent and live a financially successful life. Look, I want everyone to be able to live a financially successful life. And most of all, I know how it is to be stressed, to be short of money, to not have a lot of money, and that's not a good feeling. Whether you're Colombian or whether you're American or European or Canadian, it's not a good feeling. So, my goal is for this book to be able to help you to be able to achieve financial greatness. And that's not necessarily to become a millionaire and get a lot of money. That is to live a financially successful life, to be able to own a home, to be able to pay your bills, to be able to take care of your families. That's what it's all about. So stay tuned for much, much more on this. The republished book is going to come out in 2027. Got a lot of work to do between now and then, but it's going to be all worth it. And I can't wait to be able to see this book in Colombia and to see Colombians benefiting from this philosophy. Okay, next I want to talk about merchandise. So, Travel to Cali platform community. I am planning uh, to have merchandise available, specifically caps and shirts. So one of the cap is going to look like this. You've probably seen it before. I've worn it quite a bit. Just kind of model it for you. This is what it's going to look like, and it's going to have the Travel to Cali. Let's see if I can get it up there. It's going to have the Travel to Cali logo. As you can see, it has the Grupo Nietzsche trumpet, El Gato del Rio. It's got the mountains in the background. It's got Tres Cruces. It's a nice logo. It really gives you the essence of what Cali is all about. And this particular hat that I have that I'm modeling for you, this particular hat was produced in America. This is a sample hat or cap that I produced here in America with the logo. I could mass produce them here in America, but that's not what I want to do. I want to give that business to Colombia. This is Colombian culture. This is Cali Colombian culture. So what better thing to do than to give that business to a local company in Cali? So I am working with local companies in Cali to be able to mass produce these caps. And as soon as I get a company, I'm talking to some companies, but as soon as I get one that I can work with, that I'm comfortable with, that gives me a good price for manufacturing or for making them, I'm going to have these available. They'll be on the website if you want to. They'll be there. Obviously, will be a small fee to cover the charge of making the hat, but um, then our community can start wearing merchandise. It's not a platform or community unless you have good merchandise, and I want to have good quality merchandise that's produced in Cali, a local company in Cali. We're going to have um, this merchandise again. It's going to be caps, baseball caps like this, and it's going to be shirts. And I plan to release those in the summer, this summer, 2026. They're going to be on the website. You'll have more information about them. I'll be posting it to um, on social media, on my Instagram page, on TikTok. You'll have access to be able to, order your cap or your shirt, um, and it'll be a local Cali company. I can promise you that. So it won't be like I'm trying to do any cultural appropriation that I'm taking Cali Colombian culture and using an American company to do it. No, I want that business um, to be given to a Cali company and for them to have that business because that's the only right way to do it. Okay, couple other little things I want to talk about real quick is um, obviously. There is a vast number of things that go on every week in Cali. I would highly recommend you go to um, the tourism office, the office Turismo in Cali, Colombia, to be able to stay abreast of not only the things that I have going on, but also the things that are going on in Cali from a weekly basis. The people at that office are extremely nice. I was there about a week ago. They're extremely nice. There is a free bus tour up to Cristo Rey. So if you've never been to Cristo Rey before, it's a free bus tour. They meet at the Trumpet, the Grupo Nietzsche Trumpet, at 9 o'clock on Wednesdays and Fridays, and then you could take that free bus tour up to Cristo Rey, take pictures, relax for a little bit, and just really take advantage of that. It's good to take advantage of things like that that are free, that are available to you. So if you're a first time tourist, I highly recommend doing that. Also, I was just gonna note, if you're a first time traveler, just get involved in things. You might feel like an outsider because there's not a lot of expat groups um, in Cali, Colombia, but get involved in things. Get involved in the Cali culture community. Get involved in other things, and join a book club, join a salsa class, join the gym, get in the gym, get in shape. There's so many things that you can be a part of. If you're an expat, there's no reason to be unhealthy, out of shape, overweight in Cali, somewhere that's 80 degrees year round. So I encourage you to get involved, do things, be a part of things, use your skills to offer things to the culture while you're there, and you'll have a great time. Well, good people, we've almost reached an hour. I've been talking quite a bit, and I just want to emphasize the fact that we have got a lot accomplished in 12 episodes. In 12 episodes, we have interviewed a lot of people. We've interviewed, uh, former lieutenant colonels in the United States Marine Corps. We've interviewed authors. We've interviewed expats. We've interviewed musicians. We've interviewed cooks, chefs. We've interviewed so many different people. We've interviewed people that are in the salsa culture, I'd say community, salsa culture community in Miami, Florida, in the United States. We've interviewed so many good people, had so many good guests, and guess what? We have so many more good guests that are going to be coming along and talking about Cali Colombian culture, Colombia in general, life as an expat, life as an immigrant. There's so much to cover. You want to stay tuned. You want to stay on board, stay connected. And again, I'm your resource. If you have any questions, or if you have um, or if you need to do a one-on-one consultation, reach out to me, and I will get back to you expeditiously. Well, we've reached the end of our show, good people. I appreciate your time. Again, I appreciate your support. I appreciate everything that you all do. And I look forward to getting to know each and every one of you, and hopefully meeting you one day, whether it be in the United States or even better in Cali, Colombia. Remember, this is a community. We want to respect the culture in Cali. If you're an immigrant, if you're an American or a Canadian, that you are planning to move to Cali, you're going to do just fine in Cali if you respect them. If you respect the culture, if you respect their customs and way of life, and learn how to assimilate, you're going to be just fine. If you're a local and you see some some immigrants and expats that are moving in next door to you, um, I hope and challenge that those immigrants are going to assimilate and communicate with you and learn the culture. And we're going to work together to build a community, a culture. Well, I'm sorry, because to build a community and respect the culture in Cali, Colombia, and it's going to be great time to be in Cali, Colombia. So remember, respect the culture, build a culture, embrace the culture. Let's continue to build the Cali Culture platform and continue to do wonderful things as we move forward. All right. Well, that's from your host, Jeremy Preston. I hope that you have a great time. Remember, Cali is Cali. Have a great time. Have a great afternoon. See you the next time.
Thank you for watching the Cali Culture Podcast with Jeremy Preston. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next week for our next episode.